Hey guys, welcome back to Raven's Diary. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you may already know, I am doing a weight loss journey. And today we're talking about my 3-day cleanse and how I did. But as you may already know from the title, I didn't do so hot, but stay tuned because I talk about how this 3-day cleanse set me up for the better for the rest of my journey. Hey guys, so today we're talking about my 3-day cleanse, all of my meals, what times I ate them, was I consistent, not consistent. Of course, from the title we know your girl slipped up a little bit, but that's okay. But I have my notes for you guys so I can get in detail about what I ate, the difference that I saw from those meals, because although that I didn't do so hot as far as weight goes, I didn't lose any pounds. Typically from 3-day cleanses, they do let you know that, hey, this is more so for just restarting your body, training your taste buds. So it's not so much as a lose weight quick fix, but it's more so of a jump start, just to retrain yourself to getting back into those healthier habits. And that is exactly what it did. So when it comes to weight, maybe there wasn't so much of a I did a good job on that, but I for sure feel different. I for sure feel like I did retrain my taste buds, because before this 3-day cleanse, I was eating a lot of processed food, a lot of fast food. I wanted the salty, crunchy stuff. I wanted all the juices. So doing this was extremely beneficial for me, because I noticed that it was really hard to say no to the processed or just overall like unhealthy choices. So for me doing this, I definitely feel better in that regard. I feel like it's much easier to make a better choice in my meals and things in that nature. But before I get ahead of myself, I want to tell you about each day, the meals that I had. So for day 1, okay, I woke up at 7:45 and I did a salt water cleanse. So this is just, your warm, hottish water with salt. It could be sea salt or it could be Himalayan salt. And I added lemon. Okay, I had that, and I think it's a little more than 8 ounces. It may be like 13 ounces. Don't quote me. But I did that, and that's supposed to remove toxins and remove buildup. And it's supposed to do it actually immediately. So it's supposed to, they say, give it about 30 minutes before you start to feel any bowel movements, and really start to clear out that system. And I did that because, again, hey, I want this to be a jump start. And it wasn't the goal, but of course I want to see the number move on that scale as well. So let's do any and everything that could help. I did that. I did feel like, honey, hold on. I cannot go anywhere. I need to stay home is what I need to do. So I definitely felt like it did something. I felt kind of weird after it. My stomach did feel, of course, I felt a little, maybe just a tad bit nauseous. So it's not something I would do again. But overall, my saltwater flush wasn't all that bad. After that, I had some fruit in a fruit and veggie smoothie. So in my smoothies, I'm putting spinach, I'm putting kale, I'm putting strawberries, blueberries, any and everything that I have in my refrigerator, to be honest. And my base of it is either water and or almond milk. Recently, I started using the almond milk and coconut mix milk, and that's pretty good. And that's always my base. I had that, and then at 1:30, I had a roasted garlic tuna salad. Honey, get into it. So roasted garlic tuna comes in the can, and it's actually that flavor, roasted garlic, and it's in olive oil. And as you know, olive oil is a good source of fat. But of course, draining all that olive oil to get the majority of it off, I put it in my salad. My base for my salad was all your greens, honey. I had a super mix. So super good, and I got it from Publix. And it was spinach, kale, and some other mix as well. But long as your base is green and vibrant, you're winning, okay? And on top, I had mushrooms, I had tomatoes, I had avocado, I'll insert a picture either now or towards the end. You'll be able to see the aesthetics of the beautiful salad, because it was grand, it was beautiful, it was all that, and it was good. Most importantly, it was good. I had it with this sugar-free, gluten-free honey Dijon mustard. Super, super good. Low in calories, of course, no sugar, which is awesome, and beautiful. That's what I had, and I felt so full. When I tell you I felt full for hours, I mean, like, dang, am I ever gonna eat again? Because it was that, like, I felt that satisfied from that salad. So awesome. The first day was beautiful. It set me up to make me feel like, okay, no, there's hope at the end of this line, honey. But after my salad, I had my detox soup. Super good. So I made this myself. In this soup, I had chicken broth. Now, don't quote me. I don't know if that is ideal for a 3-day cleanse, and maybe has something to do with my results. But I needed to make this detox or this cleanse as applicable to myself as possible. It had to cater to my habits, my needs, and things like that, so that I could go forward with it. Of course, not to all of my needs and habits, because of course that would be bad, sugary, fried foods, right? But to make those changes slowly but surely, but make them in a way that will stick and that are, specific to you. So for me, yes, there's actually a recipe within the cleanse that talks about a detox soup, and I followed it for the most part. But that was my tweak, is having some chicken broth in it. And of course, I had all my veggies. I had onions, mushrooms, carrots, cabbage, peppers, garlic. I had it all. And it tasted so good. And I added, this is the key, guys. Listen to me closely. The key is cayenne pepper. And I mean, loaded, okay? Because that's actually something that a lot of, if you're into that, diets, when they talk about, healthy foods, healthy spices that help with weight loss, cayenne pepper is one of those. So of course, in my detox soup, I wanted to load it up, and plus I love spicy. Give me spice, honey. And that's exactly what it gave me. So I was really, really happy and satisfied with my soup. I had that for dinner, and I was golden. I felt really good. I felt light. I felt like, ooh, I'm about to come back on this video and tell them I lost weight. I digress. So that was day 1. Day 2 got a little tricky. Day 2 is the day that I decided to do a little bit of exercise. I decided to minimize my exercise due to my regiment that I was doing as far as my eating. My eating was well under a calorie count that would suffice for like rigorous working out. So I wanted to minimize the working out just so I could keep up with the kind of meals that I was having throughout the day. So walking was okay. And day 2, I decided to do that with my friend. We walked we did like three miles and some change. Beautiful, felt good, but we were out and we were having girl time. We were enjoying ourselves, having a good time. And we got hungry. Okay, because mind you, we went for our walk around 9 something. And I typically, and I'll get to this at the end, but my schedule was, for the most part, the same, but it did fluctuate a little bit as far as like my morning routine, which I think has something to do with my results, right? But hey, I'm gonna get on that. We're not gonna miss a beat. I'll talk about that in the end. But we got hungry. We got food. We went to Tropical Smoothie, which is a healthy alternative when it comes to fast food. I got a what is it called? Some kind of wrap. It was really good. And it was low calories. Okay, I made sure to pick the low calorie one. And I got a Blimey Limey. If you know Tropical Smoothie, I hope you know about a Blimey Limey honey. It's bomb. It's super good. Let me stop being extra. It was super good, but it was out of my regimen. It was not a meal included in that regiment, nor even in the ones that, I looked up that they said to follow, right? So even though I made a healthier choice, which I'm very proud of, but it was out of what we had agreed on, right? So that's day 2. That's lunch. That's lunch for me. And then again, my friend was talking about these Impossible burgers that she made, and she's vegan. So for my vegans out there, Impossible burger is it, okay? She told me she makes it like boom, 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 and I'm like, I want to try it. Like that's for me. She made them, and that was dinner, and I enjoyed it, even though it wasn't on the menu. I enjoyed it, and I felt good because I'm thinking like, hey, it's vegan. I got my tomatoes, I got my lettuce, okay? I got my vegan mayo. Come on, somebody. But I did have my french fries, right? And I did have my buns. So, and that was one thing that I was trying to avoid throughout this 3-day cleanse was bread, right? I'm pretty sure that any 3-day cleanse will say, let's avoid bread. I did not. Okay, so that was day 2. Day 3 was a little better for sure. I woke up, I had a smoothie, a fruit and veggie smoothie, just as I did on day 1. And then for lunch, I had a salad again. This time I had all that I had for day 1. So my mushrooms, my kale, spinach, I had carrots, I had a little bit of cabbage as well. This time I added boiled eggs, cut up boiled eggs, and of course my avocado. And maybe 5 minutes into eating this salad, and again, I'm gonna put in a picture of my salad. My salads are pretty big, right? They're bulked up with more so of the lettuce and like the kale, not the lettuce, but the spinach and the kale and the cabbage. So they're pretty hefty. And 5 minutes in, I felt like I maybe ate like 1/3 of it, and I'm feeling sick. Guys. I started to feel nauseous, and I'm like, uh-oh. Whoo! And I started to really try to piece it together. Like, why am I feeling this way? What is going on? I had this the other day, so what's different? And I forgot to mention I added cucumbers this time too. And I'm like, what's different about this salad? Come on, it's a salad, for crying out loud. I'm just trying to be healthy. I'm trying to make better decisions. And you tell me my salad was a bad decision? Guys, too much. A struggle. I stopped eating it because I at this point, that the nauseousness that I felt was very sincere. I felt like at any given moment it could go left. So I put the salad down. Remember, I only finished 1/3 of it, unfortunately. To try to make my stomach feel a little bit better, I ate 2 pears because they were really small and I love pears. And I thought that would help because, of course, I was hungry. That's why I made the big salad. So I want to satisfy my hunger, making sure I'm not indulging in some bad stuff. Because what I noticed was that from day 2, eating carbs, eating bread, actually made me crave more bread, more carby foods, which is key. And I think it's great of how everything worked out because I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning more about my cravings, and that was one of them. So again, I had my 2 pears to kind of satisfy my hunger. I felt okay. Throughout the day, I actually still felt a little nauseous, and to curb my appetite, I think this was like 3 or 4 hours later, and to also kind of help settle my stomach still, because at this time it's not horrific, but I can still feel that I don't feel well. So I had toast with egg whites, and I had the everything but the bagel seasoning on top, and that was it. And that was super, super, super good. And of course, low in calories, right? But bread. But after doing some research on how to kind of alleviate that nauseousness, bread was actually on the list. So I felt like it was validated, and I did it. Okay, it was so good. And mind you, I only had one. I had a piece of toast with the egg whites, and then I had a banana afterwards, and I felt better. But this is my dinner technically. So I ate that, and then I left my house for a little bit, came back, and I actually had another piece of toast because it was so good and I was hungry. So toast, egg whites, and that was it, in water. So that was my 3-day cleanse. As you can see, as you can hear, Jesus is still working on me, is what I'm saying. But what I have taken from this 3-day cleanse, guys, is that it is very important to relearn your habits, or to be aware of your habits rather. So going through this cleanse, and at first, staying clear of breads and heavy carbs, I felt good. But the second I had them, all of a sudden I felt, like I wanted to have more, right? So that's something important for me to think about, or not think about, but for me to incorporate in my journey, is to be aware that, hey, okay, if we're going to have carbs, we have to be cautious of our intake. So that is one thing that I for sure have taken from this. And also, this is more of a motivational, spiritual bit of my 3-day cleanse, but this morning is when I weighed myself to see if I lost any weight from the cleanse, and I didn't. I actually gained 1 pound. And I get it. I'm not even mad, but for those of us who have been or trying to lose weight, of course we know that, like, as much as we know the number on the scale is not the end all be all, when we see it not move, or when we see it increase, we're like, because although I did eat carbs, I know that I was in a deficit, or that I ate less calories than I typically would. So during this 3-day cleanse, I for sure minimized my calories significantly than I typically would. So with that in mind, and knowing that I'm doing that different, and I'm eating more greens, eating more vegetables, more fruits, I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, dang, just a little, you know. But what I take from this is that I need to fight. I need to continue to fight. I need to continue to find my motivation to retweak my regimen. So going forward, I'm not doing a 3-day cleanse, but from this, I know that, okay, I need to incorporate more healthy meals each and every day. I need to meal prep, okay? Because if it's really easy for me just to be like, I'm hungry, but I don't feel like cooking, let me go get something. Okay, what does that mean? I need to meal prep. That's what that means, honey. And it may even mean, minimizing how much I go out with my friends. Not saying I don't see them, but maybe telling them, hey, could you instead come over? Or could I instead come over and, I bring a lunch or a meal or eat before I go over there? But to go out, maybe that's not what I need to do at this time, being that I'm trying to lose weight. I do believe the meals that I ate during this 3-day cleanse were actually really healthy. I know I had fries and in my vegan burger, but I think that's actually it. That's actually a good balanced meal. But because I am trying to lose fat, I don't believe those are the meals for me right now, right? So just trying to readjust, to speak life into myself and saying, okay, Rave, you didn't lose any weight from it. You made a couple mistakes along the way, but this is how we get it in order. This is what we need to do going forward so we can see results. And that is what matters most to me this time, is because I believe before I would try to speak life into me by saying, hey, as long as you feel good, you're doing good. And do I believe that's key and that's a part of it? Absolutely. However, for me at least, just speaking for myself, I believe that I believe that hindered me, because at the same time, during that same time of feeling good and feeling like, okay, I'm looking good, I feel like a snack, my weight was still going up slowly but surely. And although I appreciate and love the fact that I felt good, my weight going up is not what I want, right? So overall, the tips and tricks that I have learned from this 3-day cleanse is, one, make sure you have a regiment and stick to it. So if you're gonna wake up at 7 a.m., do so every day. If you're going to have just water for, the first hour that you're up, and then eat fruit, 2 hours after waking up, do that every day. Whatever it is that you choose to do for the first day, do that for the following days. And not just for the sake of a 3-day cleanse, but also just for your journey, period. Is making sure you have a schedule so your body can start to count on that. I know in certain circumstances we don't want our body to get acclimated or to get used to certain regimes, but starting off, you do need that consistency. And as your body changes and adapts, you change that regime again. And that's how we can start to see results, start to see, okay, we getting somewhere, we doing something. So yes, that is what I plan to take going forward. Now that I'm finished with my 3-day cleanse, I will begin to do my more rigorous workouts, and I will be eating the same meals, but I'll be adding in salmon, and a few other things like quinoa, minimizing my carbs, because that is something that I believe I have to be more aware of, and just take it for what it is, that my body is now a little bit more sensitive to certain things, as far as if I eat that, I'm a gain, or I'm going to maintain or just not see results. So in the time of wanting to lose pounds, I know that in what I've learned from this 3-day cleanse is that I need to be very strategic with what I eat. And of course, going forward, you already know I'm going to be keeping you guys updated, doing more videos. The next video I plan to do is of my workouts and my meals. So like a day in the life, and showing you guys, okay, for the next 2 weeks, this is the workout plan I have, and this is the eating plan that I have. That's how I plan to do my weight loss journey, is doing it by challenges, if you would. So like there's a Chloe Ting ab workout challenge, right? And I believe that's for like 2 weeks. Okay, that would be my next goal. For me, I need to see my goals like that, because then it makes it more, it makes it possible. It makes it more accessible. And I'm down to fight, but because this is not my first rodeo in trying to lose weight, I do need to feel like my goals are attainable, right? So I don't get discouraged, so I don't start to beat myself up, so I don't start to feel like nothing is working. I need my goals to feel attainable. So I look forward to sharing my journey with you guys going forward. Again, as far as weight goes, my 3-day cleanse was not a success in that regard, but it was definitely a success in curving my appetite for those fattier foods, that fast food that I just loved and adored. And I still do, but I just don't crave it. I don't crave it. So I do think cleanses are awesome. And as long as you go in with the intent of, hey, I need to retrain my taste buds. I need to kind of flush out all of that Taco Bell, Burger King, or whatever the case. I just need to flush that out and restart from there. If that's as long as that's your intent going in, I believe that you will see success in that way. Right? So in that way, I definitely saw success. I'm very happy with my mindset now when it comes to food and what I gravitate towards when I'm hungry. So I'm thankful for that. And again, thank you so much for watching my video. All right. And not judging me, okay, for my downfalls and my burgers and my fries. But thank you so much. And hey, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Again, we're going to be doing some workouts, some more meals, and all of that good jazz. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.